welcome everyone. I'm popping on today. I hope you're enjoying all of the new episodes coming. Today's episode, we are focusing in on the Taurus full moon and its lunar eclipse. I'm Anita of Liberate Me. If you don't know me, welcome. And we are not focusing on this from an astrology point of view only. We are focusing on this from a sacred geometry. And here inside of Liberate Me, we talk about your one-of-a-kind sacred geometry signature and how to personalize these energies in the sacred geometry outside of us in the realms that be, and also how to connect that to the internal sources in our one-of-a-kind signature. And this is when it really becomes a game changer. Otherwise, it's just nice to have information. And it's like, well, that's nice. But what happens with that? Nothing, right? Nothing. We can listen to these things about the full moon and the eclipse, if you're into that, or different energies. Yet it doesn't do a lot for us unless we know how to activate it with our sacred geometry, one-of-a-kind signature. If you don't have that, it's up in the link. It's in the banner, I believe, inside of YouTube, or we'll put it inside of the description as well. At the moment, you can receive that complimentary, okay? Even if you don't have that, this is going to be super duper useful for you. We are on literally the Taurus full moon and its lunar eclipse. And like I say, it's not really about astrology. This is more about how to utilize these energies that are available to us right now in the movement that's happening in the sacred geometry and to our one-of-a-kind soul design signature, okay, in our own sacred geometry. So welcome to Liberate Me. Let's dive in. Maybe grab a pen and a paper let's go straight into an activation. Think about your last argument and feel into what would you have liked to have done differently, or review any negative thoughts you have right now towards a person, towards a situation. I've been with that too. Maybe it's your partner, maybe it's someone else, maybe it's your work. What triggers you about this situation or this person? And there doesn't have to be a reason for it. If there's a reason for it, that's fine. But don't feel like, well, I shouldn't write this down because this situation isn't doing anything bad to me, and I'm a bad person for feeling this. It's always happening for you and not to you, because you're not broken and you do not need fixing. And actually, all the feelings we have, whether they are warranted or not warranted, are here for us to utilize and transcend into creation, right? So if these are kind of dark, black thoughts, that's okay. It's revealing an element of your signature that is your root rune signature, your full straight signature, which is your not self, who you are not. But so things like envy, things like resentment, things like rejection, feel into them. We all feel these feelings. Anyone that tells you they don't feel these feelings is lying, because we see them as weak points, but they're actually our strongest points, because they're here for us to utilize very precisely, not literally, okay? As we grow and can confess to them, even between you and you. And please, you can put it down in the comments and I'll be more than happy to respond to you or reach out to me personally, okay? So I'm just looking at some of the points I wanted to make here today. So, and some of the energies that are here. So all eclipses, as you may know, are significant periods of change and transformation. These shifts do not take place all at once though, okay? They start or continue on the eclipse, okay? They start on the eclipse and then they continue, right? So you can use these energies very bespoke to your one-of-a-kind soul design signature. So the work continues, okay, throughout the period when the eclipses are occurring, and in the same, and then very precisely to your sacred soul design signature, sacred geometry soul design signature, okay? That has 4 elements to it. So meaning, what that means in everyday language is what occurs during this, around this eclipse, will continue, let's say, until the spring, when we have another eclipse, okay? So it's not just like, oh, it's now and then that's it, okay? We're moving this energy. So if you're watching this later, you can still utilize this, okay? So this opens up a portal in what I call creation by soul design for new beginnings and change, okay? It also reveals energies that help us complete a journey or a shift, or allow the old to die, okay? Allow a forced part of ourselves to die and transcend into something else. Okay, it's also, this kind of eclipse that we're having right now, a lunar eclipse, is also so much more emotionally charged than compared to a solar eclipse, for example. So it's far more feminine in nature. One element of your soul design signature is called your feminine trait signature. This is not classic, generic, working with feminine energy inside of your sacred soul design signature. It's very different. So knowing your one-of-a-kind soul design signature to work with these larger energies is really important, so you can start to feel into how is this affecting my emotional body right now, okay? And dialing into those emotions and those feelings, because they have creation power for you, okay? So it affects us greatly as it represents a full conjunction, okay, between our fourth trait signature, our root moon signature, our feminine trait signature, and our human design signature. Those are the 4 elements, okay, of your soul design signature. And the conjunction wants to happen, and it wants to create something. So it wants to create, what does it want to create? It wants to create an opportunity. It wants to create a significant change in your life. So this change may come about abruptly, as lunar eclipses tend to bring information to you like out of the blue. Like one minute you're saying that you want to be a healer, and the next minute you're going to be an actress, right? It comes out of the blue, okay? So it can be so abrupt, okay? And it's allowing it to be abrupt. Allow yourself to have that very intense energy, okay, to bring that information to you. And the way you can hear that information is, well, you'll get it for your sacred soul design signature, okay? All the answers are in there. That's one of a kind to you. I can read that for you. We do one complimentary reading when you get your sacred soul design signature. And as you learn to be with this, you're going to learn to read it for yourself, okay? And it's unbelievable. So you want to get that information, but even if you don't know what that is, feel what information you're getting right now abruptly. Write that down. What am I getting out of the blue abruptly? Okay? And you may find yourself feeling really surprised or even caught off guard at some point, okay? Or at some of the things, okay, that you learn about others and yourself at this time, in this eclipse period, okay? And not all of this information is negative. Even if it feels negative, it is not negative. We must experience the negative to come through to the positive frame of what it is here to bring you, what it's here for, okay? To bring you that inspiration. And it's here to bring you encouragement to shift into the life and to receive more of who you're here to be, more of what you're here to enjoy, and more of what you're here to do. So of course, some of the information you experience will initially feel negative, and even shocking, but it's happening for you and not to you. You are not broken. You do not need fixing. We do not need to heal you. We need to utilize it to upgrade you, right? Okay, to your next version. And after some time, or even immediately, I mean, if you're inside of the Liberate Me experiences as a client, then we can upgrade this immediately, okay? But it will bring positive, much destined and needed, if you like, change in your life, okay? You must be willing to take the time right now to activate what is here for you in this information. And the questions I'm asking you, write them down, be with them. Feel free to share it here in the comments or with me directly. I'm quite good on personal messenger inside Liberate Me TM on Instagram. We'll put the link down here. I work very intimately, whenever I can, I will give my energy as much as I can. We have a number of free things like this and paid experiences inside of Liberate Me, okay? So you must be willing to take the time to process this information coming your way, hold some freaking space for it. You're worth it, okay? It's very revealing what can come through as you read this from your soul design signature, and you read it from the larger geometry sources that are available. Your soul design signature will reveal to you in a very specific way, and we have very specific and practical ways to do this inside Liberate Me, okay? So it's not all airy-fairy, and it can actually be activated. They reveal the truth in an often dramatic way, okay? So for me, I can read this for you and for my clients and reveal those truths, and they can be in a very dramatic way that let you learn things that change the course of your life, okay? So you can feel more alive. So it's important to accept what is revealed in a lunar eclipse. So what is being revealed to you right now? You cannot fight this knowledge. You can only take it in and ask yourself, what is the highest creation that I want to receive? What do I want to put into creation with this energy right now? In other words, what do I desire to happen, right, as a result of this energy right now? Even if you are getting unwanted news right now, unexpected events, and trust me, that has certainly happened to me, right? And know that these are the creation by soul design forces, or sources, forces, universe, sources, whatever you want to give it. It's the way of that giving you the detour to ultimately be the best course of activation in your evolution, to rise you, to open yourself up to information that's available for you in this eclipse, in your sacred geometry design, and trust that it is landing in your life at the exact moment you require it. So if you are getting a reading from Liberate Me at the moment, or as a client, you're getting readings and activations from me, trust it's landing in your life at this exact moment as you need it. It's also important to understand that a lunar eclipse occurs to move you freaking forward, right? And really, we're not even moving forward. It's just activating something that was already available for you in your sacred geometry to come into the 3D reality and happen for you, whether that's in love, money, wealth, health, all of the things. And it's about an energetic push, if you like, some help, a helping hand, right, from the cosmos to take you out of these stagnant energies, out of what we think are old patterns, but really they're happening for us, okay, not to us. And sometimes this forward motion or this activation of creation motion can feel very disruptive to the nervous system. And your fourth trait signature and your root wind signature, which are elements of your sacred geometry, can feel disrupted, okay? Can cause disruption to your nervous system. So that means it can try to resist it initially. So there is no moving backwards on the lunar eclipse. There is only a push forward. So it's going forward whether you like it or not. So you want to work with it. So if you're attempting to cling to energies, behaviors, situations, feelings that no longer serve your evolution, you will only be met with anger, frustration, like, oh, this doesn't feel aligned, okay, whatever it is, right? And that's okay. It's a way to utilize it. It doesn't mean you have to get rid of things, that energies or people or situations that don't serve you, because it's never literal in creation by soul design. It's always got a message for you of what is this here for, and what am I here to utilize it for? What's the reading? So it reveals something in your life that needs to be released, but not literal. Not literal. It's not like, oh, okay, so I need to end the relationship with my partner because I'm having a problem in this area, or I'm having a bad time at work, or I have a health problem, so I need to focus on my health. It's in another area, if you like, okay? It's best to find the least dramatic way, okay, to be with this, okay? And know that the drama or the chaos is happening for you, not to you. But it isn't just to move on and find the mostly dramatic way to move on. That's part of it, but to be with it, to see what it has for you, because everything that is happening is done by design and the soul design ecosystem of your geometry to actually activate an opportunity into your life and detach from energies, well, not detach, but transmute energies and emotions, and with people that do not serve your evolution, okay? It doesn't mean they are staying in or coming out of your life, okay? Only your sacred soul geometry requires to decide that. You don't require to make decisions like that, okay? Those are four straight conclusions, right? okay? But once you cross that bridge, okay, in your sacred geometry signature to another way of being, of who you're actually here to be, okay, which is your feminine trait signature and your human design signature, you will feel as if you've broken through a wall, okay, between you and your highest visions that you didn't even know you had. So eclipses are times to break through the barriers, to see what they're here for in the false trait signature, the root moon signature, in whatever form that may take. They prevent you from reaching your potential. So the emotional nature of a lunar eclipse that we're having right now, it's the 8th of November 2022, can often cause emotional breakdowns. Okay, and that's okay. You're not broken. You do not need fixing. Nothing is wrong. We want to utilize that for what that is here for, through these energies, and to take and personalize it to yourself through your sacred geometry signature, to process the information that is being revealed to you and utilize it very specifically to activate it into creation. So do not rush into any decisions at this time. I mean, let me take that back. You can rush into decisions as long as you understand your inner creation authority fully, which is part of your sacred geometry, to make decisions from there. But rather let this energy settle and then make whatever moves are needed, okay, from your inner creation authority, which is like a supernova version of intuition, because the intuition is like a full body yes, which you would never get in creation by soul design. And this is why we never really propel forward, because we're listening to energies that are actually our false trait signature, our root wound signature, and then we can't really enjoy this eclipse for what it is. So know that it's a special time of year, and that's why I wanted to pop on in your life, for you to make changes that are so needed to reach your energy and your potential, and open yourself up to your sacred geometry messages, the information, the creation energy that is available to you right now, and that the universe is got a helping hand to support you on that journey. So trust your path, trust the path of the eclipse, okay? And it can feel very emotionally intense. Okay, you don't want to fix that. You don't want to offload that emotional intensity. You don't want to try to make yourself feel better. Okay, to go into any kind of void with that, because that will create more void and take you further away from what this wants to activate. It's happening for you and not to you. Okay, we don't want to meditate ourselves out of it. Not at all. We want to be with it. Okay. Yet we can emotionally elevate. We can unhook. We can make it not matter in the way the false traits want to make it matter, because this is a really special time, and you can either choose to struggle with this energy, or you can harness it, okay, to shift your life to where it wants to shift to, in the way it was destined, in the way it was designed, okay? So, which will feel far more peaceful to the nervous system. Is quite the respite time as well, to take that respite in this. So it carries great power and will feel less shocking than the last one I think we experienced eclipse was in May, if I'm right, okay? And it helps to ground this immense energy and provides the perfect foundation to integrate and to process the revelations that come from your one-of-a-kind sacred geometry soul design signature, okay? And because you can be with this in a level of stillness, even though it feels dramatic. And it reminds us to connect with the truth of who we are, our inner creation authority. And we can feel held, we can feel supported, and do know it's going to activate abundance for you, okay, and inner peace. So when the energies at B and our sacred geometry within, and working those two together, throw a curveball at us. Okay, so look at the curveballs that are coming up. Start to notice them right now. It helps us feel our inner resilience, okay, our inner esteem in the face of any storm, because it's happening for us, not to us. So you can, even though it may be dramatic, you can be with it in a still way, okay? So where does your life feel overwhelming right now, overstimulating, or just too much? It helps you to connect with the subtle energies inside of your sacred geometry, soul design signature, okay? And really help you center into that and what it is here for, okay? As the eclipse energy culminates, and as it does and it moves through you, it actually softens you, okay? So you become a container, a curation container, which is what you really are, okay? For these immense emotions, to immerse these emotions, to transmute them, okay? So my invitation to you today on this beautiful time, though intense time, is to remember that this eclipse, okay, when you understand your sacred geometry soul design signature, which is bespoke, one of a kind to you, okay, completes energies and puts things in motion, okay, and it can be a soft landing pad for an emotional journey, if you like, that occurred in the previous 6 months. So feel into the things that have been bothering you for the last 6 months as well. You may have experienced great upheaval in your life, or you may be feeling changes are starting to stir. What are those for you? Actually write that down. The eclipse is a time to get your sacred soul design, one of a kind signature, geometry, and center yourself in this brand new knowing and this new way of inner stillness and strength, but not stillness in meditation or making yourself feel better, but understanding your one of a kind soul design signature and your sacred geometry. Otherwise, this is just words, this is just knowledge, and this isn't going to do anything, okay? We've really got to know how to utilize it. So it's not about healing, it's about taking that information and upgrading. So, yes, what else? It brings us an opportunity to see your root wound signature, any trauma, any bad experiences that resulted in pain, clearly and honestly, okay, in a way that you haven't before, but not to heal from them, to utilize it for what it's here for, because it's your not self, and activate an evolution from it through your one of a kind soul design signature, okay? So we do things very differently here to activate the money, the business success, the mindset shift that you may want, okay? It sheds new light on how we may even be repeatedly re-traumatizing ourselves with the same situations. It also illuminates the underbelly of the old world and society and the wounds that we have in society, bringing us to things that we would rather leave in the dark or in the root wound signature, because we think, well, we'll just put that there, that's dealt with. So there is no keeping things hidden anymore, though, because it has creation power for you. Okay, in the old world, we make it better, we hide it, we suppress it, we strategize our way out of it, but it's coming to light as a collective, not to heal, although it can feel like healing as a side effect, but to upgrade, okay, to use it for what it's here for. So we are shown a pathway from the trauma forward, okay? So the eclipse is an opportunity to shift away from this pain, from this upheaval, to use it for what it's here for, pain to power, okay, to triumph over trauma, right? Or what feels traumatic. It doesn't have, sometimes we feel like, well, what is trauma? Am I suffering trauma? We've all suffered trauma. It can be the smallest or the biggest thing. So it's a chance to focus on the simplicity and the power of your sacred soul design signature and of life, and use it to upgrade, okay, in ways that you haven't before. So it teaches us to uncomplicate our lives, okay, and understand that when we uncomplicate our lives, we actually activate creation of allowing drama and complex emotions to be there, to be in the space, to utilize it, but not rule our world, okay? To utilize it for what it's there for. It compels us to take life one step at a time, because soul design, your sacred geometry, has already created everything inside of your soul design signature. So it's a gentle reminder to understand that and to find the simple messages and activators to all the different things that are going on inside of your life. So you, instead of overthinking and over analyzing, what it is encouraging us to do instead is to follow our inner creation authority inside of our soul design signature, which is one of a kind to you. When you get your soul design signature, you will know what that is, and not to question it. Always consult it, but not to question it. So if you are in an unhappy relationship and it's time to leave, okay, it's looking at your inner creation authority. Is that a yes or no from your sacred geometry? And why is it a yes or no from what we call the feminine trait signature, okay? Which will be bespoke to you too, right? When you know that, you can tell if this is coming from a false trait signature and it's actually happening for you to utilize it, to transcend it. Then it will be like you left that relationship and it'll be a new relationship, or it actually means you're there to leave that relationship, okay? Or if you want to travel and you want to go into your inner creation authority, is that a yes or no? Okay, why is it a yes or no from my feminine trait signature? Okay, you can answer these questions even if you don't know what these pieces of your geometry are right now that is bespoke to you. You can still utilize this, okay? Or you can request yours. Then it's time to book it if it's a yes, or it's time to transcend what that's really here for. Because sometimes it's not literal, okay? What we're hearing when we use our sacred geometry glasses or goggles. So, and if you feel overwhelmed, it doesn't mean it's time to slow down necessarily. It means it's time to simplify things through your sacred geometry signature and be with things in a brand new way, okay? So just straightforward answers, not to devoid the drama, but to utilize the drama. So feel the simplicity in this eclipse, and let it bring you some peace amongst any chaos that may be occurring, which is coming out for your root wind signature and your false trait signature happening for you. And of course, some life decisions that require more thought and attention may start to come up, okay? And actually you don't want to make these decisions. So what are the decisions that might be coming up? From thought, okay? You want to make it from your one-of-a-kind soul design signature, your inner creation authority, now more than ever, because nothing is what it seems, okay? So what it's encouraging us to do is to take the simplest approach, okay? So if you have a big decision on your mind, write that down. You can put it in the comments if you want as well. And rather than go somewhere to clear your head and your heart, or sit under a tree, or stare at the ocean, or go for a hike, even though that may be very tempting right now, right? And it's okay if you do that, but you don't want to offload that. Sometimes doing these beautiful things actually offloads the very creation power that is in that energy. So, if you want to sit under the stars or bring, anything like that, you don't have to, okay? Because actually it can be offloading. You want to find the stillness inside of your soul design signature that you seek. And then with that trust, the simplest solution is given to you, okay? It's given to you immediately from your soul design signature. So you don't require to do any of those things to get the answer, okay? And your soul design gives you the simplest solution that is the correct one. So like all eclipses, okay, whether you know about them or not, it doesn't matter if you're into that or not, okay, it will bring some intense energy and emotions. So you want to seek to find peace and energetic calmness, yet at the same time challenge yourself to connect with the energy, to ground into that. And if there is drama, it's not stay away from it, it's engage in it in a way of stillness and calmness, okay, but with your soul design signature. If you've got your soul design signature, your sacred geometry, then it gives you the answers of what is required on how to be with this, okay? If you want that, you can sign up for that in the description or in the banner, okay? Complimentary at the moment. So, and this will really allow your soul to upgrade, your heart to upgrade and heal, okay? But not healing in the traditional sense, okay? So not all transformation or upgrading needs to be dramatic and full of complicated emotions. Yet this eclipse at the moment is your chance to transform and shift any old 4 straight signature patterns and create new ones where you can upgrade. It's your chance to simply let the fricker go of who you are not, okay? Not because some significant event has occurred or someone is forcing you, or that you may feel like something significant has occurred, or you feel like you have no choice, but because you choose to, okay? It's an opportunity to release energies that no longer serve you without the same struggle or effort that it takes without your one-of-a-kind soul design signature. So let go of the way it shows itself, and just feel the simplicity that is available for you in this eclipse, okay? And let it shift your life, not away from chaos, but it's gonna feel like it's utilizing the chaos, and it feels like you're shifting away from chaos, okay, into harmony. So it is gonna feel like a shift away from chaos through chaos. It's like a paradox as you really come home to yourself, okay? So I hope that has served you. I love you so much. Be with these activations, and we are here for you, and we should be back very soon inside of the YouTube channel. Keep watching out for different episodes that are landing. As they land in Soul Design, turn on the notifications, subscribe, all that beautiful stuff, and enjoy your eclipse and your upgrade. Take it easy. Lots of love. Bye-bye.